Today's beer is another one that was gifted to me by my friend Nicole. I have one more bottle that I got from her that I'm going to be reviewing, so look for that in the coming weeks. This beer is from a brewery that does not distribute to New Jersey, so I never would have found this beer. It's one that people always talk about. They always do verticals of it. It's one of those sought-after ones, you know, you want this vintage or that vintage or whatever. So without further ado, we have from Deschutes Brewery out of Bend, Oregon, The Abyss. This is the 2014 Reserve. Now, if you're watching these reviews, you probably know all about The Abyss, but just in case, let me read the byline on the bottle here. The Abyss is a malt beverage brewed with blackstrap molasses, licorice with cherry bark and vanilla added, with 6% aged in oak bourbon barrels, 11% aged in oak barrels, and 11% aged in oak wine barrels. So obviously there was a lot of care taken to make this beer what they wanted it to be, and it's kind of a big deal. 11.1% ABV, and another interesting thing they have in the bottle here is a best after date. Not a best by date, but a best after date of November 10th, 2015. So we're well past that, so this should be at its best. Of course, I assume it could only get even better after further aging, but I wanted to crack this open and drink it, so fuck you. I already opened this, if you can tell. I hate wax-dipped bottles with a passion. I know it looks nice, brewers, but I don't think it really does anything to preserve the beer itself. And as you can tell, tweet, that clock that was a few reviews back that you heard every hour on the hour, we get little birds tweeting. Anyway, let me pour this fucker out. Nice dark coloration there, as you would expect. You look at that nice dark head on there. Wow, I can smell it from this distance. So I mean that's pretty potent right there. Very nice, very nice. A lot of that barrel aged aroma coming out of that. Now let me see here. I like molasses. I like licorice. I don't know what cherry bark particularly tastes like. I know what vanilla tastes like. So let's see, we got the oak bourbon barrels, we have regular oak barrels, and then we have the oak wine barrels. So probably looking for some bourbony characteristics. I'm already kind of smelling that off of there. Woodsy characteristics, wine, so maybe some kind of dark fruit characteristics. And then we got the molasses, the licorice, the cherry bark, and the vanilla. So let's dip in here. Wow, okay. I'm definitely getting some of that dark fruit right off the bat. That is very, very nice. I understand the big hype over this beer, finally, wow. And it's strange, the bourbon doesn't jump out as much as it does on the nose, flavor-wise, which is fine with me. And I'm getting some of that oaky, woodsy quality to it. I'm trying to pinpoint the licorice a bit. It blends in pretty well. Again, my palate tends to suck. I'm not as good as picking out a bunch of different flavors as I'd like to be. One interesting thing is that it hides the booziness pretty well. For an 11.1 beer, it doesn't have that burn that other beers at that level might typically have, at least not right away. You take that sip, some other high ABV beers like that, you get that boozy burn right away. This one, you don't really get it until maybe about 10 seconds after you've taken the sip, and you feel that warmth kind of going down. Kind of like if you do like, a shot of, some sort of nice burning alcohol, or if you're, sipping on bourbon or whatever. You get that nice warm feeling, kind of like I think Patton Oswalt may have said it, like the liquor is hugging your tummy. I especially like what the wine barrel aging lends to this. That makes it that much more unique in my eyes. Because you see a lot of bourbon barrel aging, you see a lot of oak barrel aging, but all the combination of everything that they put into this, even though I'm not able to pick out everything individually, it just works for me. It's very, very, very good. Very happy to have tried this. Thank you again, Nicole. So, 2014, The Abyss, Deschutes from Bend, Oregon. Just seeing if there's anything else. A little bit more to read on the bottle. It's dark, it's deep, it's mysterious. This Imperial Stout has a measurable depth. I cannot argue with that. Inviting you to explore and discover its rich, complex profile. The flavor of this special brew draws you in further and further with each sip. That is also true. The Abyss beckons. Enjoy the journey. If you are able to get your hands on a bottle of, I'd say any vintage, because Deschutes knows what they're doing with this apparently, try it out. If you like Imperial Stouts, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to dig that. So with that, I'll see you guys for the next review.